I'm Stephanie Sunshine of LOJ Fit Club, and today I would like to share with you a few of the frequently asked questions that I get from clients and just new people who are new to the way of living as far as veganism, people who are vegan curious, or just newly transitioning to a vegan diet. There's three main questions that I get pretty regularly, and you may be wondering these things yourself. The first one is, where do you get your protein? So as a vegan or plant-based, with a plant-based diet, you'll get your protein from a variety of sources. So go ahead and just bust that myth as far as you needing meat to get your protein. You can get protein from pretty much anything that you eat. So with that said, when you're eating a plant-based diet, you want to make sure that you're eating a variety of different types of foods, and as long as you're doing that, you'll get all the protein that you need. In fact, there's only a need for about 37 grams of protein for the average male who weighs about 160 pounds. So with that said, if you eat, for example, half a cup of black beans, that'll contain 7 grams of protein right there. If you eat half a cup of nuts or seeds, you'll get about 10 grams of protein from that. So you can do the math and see that it adds up really quickly to where that wouldn't even be a concern. As long as you're eating, you pretty much are getting protein. So beans, nuts and grains, and seeds, and vegetables. Believe it or not, even spinach, things like spinach, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, all of those things contain protein. So you do not have to worry about protein. Second question I get a lot is about weight. So everybody wants to know, if I go vegan, will I get skinny? So you have people on two different sides of the fence with that. You have people who want to lose weight, and they maybe have tried every extreme diet that they have came across and just haven't gotten any lasting results with it. So kind of as a last resort, or either in response to illness, they'll turn to veganism. Well, yes, you will probably lose weight. Basically what your body will do is lean out. So that means that it's pretty much returning back to its normal weight, what it would be if you were not eating like a bunch of high-fat, calorie overloaded types of foods. So on a vegan diet, if you are overweight, then you probably will lose weight, and you'll probably lose it quickly if you're being consistent with the things that you're doing. And then you have the other side where people are concerned that they will look frail or they'll look just too skinny if they go plant-based. So that's something that I actually dealt with a little bit, is just concerns of, I don't want to drop too much weight, I don't want to look skinny. And so here I am 3-4 years later, and I'm at the same weight that I was at before I made the switch. So it just depends on what you're eating. If your goal is to put on weight or to maintain weight, then you will want to increase your intake of certain types of food, such as avocados. You may want to eat a little more of the nuts and the seeds, because those are good healthy sources of fat and calories that you can use to help increase your weight. All right, and so question number 3 that I get is, do I have to take supplements? So there's a big, I guess it's kind of like a trend for people to do different supplements, and so that can get to be kind of overwhelming if you're just starting out and you're wondering, well, do I need to take all these different vitamins? Well, the answer to that is no. You don't have to take all of those supplements that you may see at GNC or Vitamin World or wherever you're going. What you do want to do is make sure you're eating a variety of foods, and make sure that you're eating whole foods. So what does whole foods mean? That means foods in their actual form, such as a grapefruit. A grapefruit has 1 ingredient. Kale, it has 1 ingredient. So basically you're looking for foods that have as less amount of ingredients as possible. As long as you're eating a lot of those types of foods, then you should be getting pretty much all of the nutrients that you need. With that said, there is a need for vegans to be mindful of one particular nutrient, and that's B12. So the reason why B12 is needed is because technically at this point in this day and age, B12 is really only found within meat, animals that intake that through the soil. And really our soil is getting to a point where it's not the best quality overall. And so that's why there's a depletion of the nutrients and minerals that were once found a lot in plants. Well, now it's only found within the animals that are taking that in, and their bodies are able to store it. And so that's why it's easier for humans to go and eat some meat, and they'll get their B12 that way. So prior to making a switch to a vegan diet, you probably will never hear about B12, but if you end up going plant-based, you do want to be mindful of that particular nutrient. And it's really simple. You just get a supplement and you just take it. Honestly, when you first start out, if you were previously eating meat, then your body stores a reserve of B12. So that won't even be a concern for a while. But eventually, after maybe a year or two of eating plant-based, you probably want to go and just have a checkup or get your blood work done just to monitor those levels. And the other nutrient would be vitamin D. So a lot of times people don't get vitamin D now because of the culture, the work culture. So people spend all their time indoors and are not getting enough sun during the primary times that you want to be outside getting sun. So your body produces vitamin D during exposure to the sun. So if you're not outside, then you may be low in vitamin D, and that can affect your energy levels and a multitude of other things. So with that said, some people take the alternative route and they take a supplement for vitamin D. Personally, I always recommend going the natural way and just step outside and chill out in the sun for a little bit. But if that's not realistic for you, then you now have two supplements you may want to take, and that's B12 and vitamin D. One other nutrient I do want to mention, and that's iodine. So iodine is important because it's associated with the thyroid, and your thyroid will help regulate your body's ability to manage your weight, not your weight, but your temperature, your body temperature. So thyroid problems can lead to a lot of other issues within the body. So just to bypass all of that, you do want to make sure you're getting proper amounts of iodine, and the way that you do that is very easy. You can eat sushi. Yes, there's vegan sushi, so just minus the meat. You can put your vegetables and your rice, still enjoy your sushi rolls. So that's a good source of seaweed. And then also just any other types of sea products, such as there's what you can purchase, Dulse Flakes now. So you can kind of sprinkle that on salads, and basically those are the three things that I would just recommend that you be mindful of in the supplement and nutrient world. Everything else, if you're eating a variety of foods, you're good. You don't have to obsess over, do I need to get a supplement for magnesium? Do I need to get this and that? You really don't have to do all that. It's much easier than you may think. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you got something useful out of it with these 3 questions that I get all of the time. If you found this useful, then you may want to consider clicking the link below, where you can find out some of the other services that we offer. Thanks for watching.